Hello to you and welcome to the fourth episode of the Keep Your Wings podcast. In this new episode, we will discuss work, employees, and the intrinsic value of the white foreigner in Taiwan. An intriguing chapter that I invite you to experience with me, the Belgian who boosts sales, coming up right now.
Keep Your Wings, le podcast.
Chapter 4, the Belgium that boosts sales. I had forgotten to mention it in the previous chapters, but I quickly started looking for work. No matter the field, I didn't care. I applied as a waiter, French teacher, radio journalist, maintenance worker, and salesman for a booth selling Belgian products. By coincidence, someone was looking for vendors to man a booth at a European food festival near Taipei 101, which is an iconic tower in the capital. I might as well say it right away, I couldn't see how not to be part of this team. So of course, when I saw that ad on Facebook, I needed to apply. Shortly after that, the job was quickly guaranteed to me by Charles, future manager of the new restaurant.
Moreover, this job is a key to another event in December, from the 1st to the 25th at Mizuguchi.
A shopping center. This brief contact already reassures me, and I directly demonstrate my motivation. Oh great, I'm sending the information to the email address. Do you also need a motivation letter?
It's the same job. How much time do you have left on your visa?
I've been here for a week.
So, as much time as you want? No need for later. Do you want to move to Taichung?
I just got an apartment, so everything will depend on what you actually offer me.
Why not in January then? We'll see.
That could do it. I'm already sending the info by email. This all happens extremely quickly. I remain wary, but on the other hand, the prospect of quickly finding work delights me. Most of the time, mastery of Chinese is strongly recommended. Suffice it to say that there is still work to be done at this level. After several days of patience, I finally receive an email from the manager, Dominic.
Dear Sebastian, thank you for your application. Will you be available for an interview tomorrow afternoon? Best regards, Dominic.
The next day, I head to Starbucks for my interview. I see Dominic, sneakers on his feet, jeans, a t-shirt that hugs his square shoulders, and a cap screw on his head. I already have a slight doubt about the Belgian-ness of my future employer. I see him busy with another candidate, Pierre. The latter is quite tall and is dressed as if we were going to a funeral. Shirt, black pants, black shoes, impeccable presentation. I dive into careful introspection of myself. My slightly holey and faded canvas shoes, my everyday jeans, and my casual blue t-shirt that I bought for $1 at the Kmart in South Hedland, Australia. In short, I'm starting to ask myself many questions about this interview, which promised to be more formal than expected. While I was waiting, I met Lucy,
Hello.
a French woman who had just arrived in Taiwan shortly before me. Also on a working holiday visa, she was looking for a job. We look at Pierre and start laughing. His professional outfit makes us look like two idiots. Once the butler, as we nickname him with Lucy, turn was over, we got to meet Dominic, who decided to interview us at the same time. Our doubts about the number of places available for this job disappear in a few moments.
If I've brought you together today, it's because you're already committed.
Begins our new boss.
I favor the French and Belgian who are on working holiday visas because I know full well that they went to earn money. I'm going to need you to cook and attract customers.
Dominic explained his journey to us. He had a store in Taipei, but it was too expensive for him. He has only kept a central kitchen in which he prepares Liège and Brussels waffle dough. He's carefully preparing the upcoming opening of a restaurant in Taichung. Restaurant for which he will need our help if we accept it, right after January. It's still only October, but this prospect that we're being told brightens our eyes and stitches up our already holey pockets. Dominic is French, but above all, presents himself as a formidable businessman.
The Taiwanese are rigid and have a lot of principles. They don't see French cuisine as something that can be eaten on site. For them, it must be a restaurant. There are always quite a few French people in Taiwan, so I had to find another business that would work.
He continues.
Then I thought about Belgium. Few people represent Belgian cuisine here. It's also easy to sell as a snack, through fries, waffles, chocolates, or even beers. When I saw that you were Belgian, I said to myself, bingo!
He says, looking at me.
This will make it even more authentic.
I don't know how to interpret this remark. What does he mean by authentic? What is this Belgian image at a project for the Taiwanese? I will understand later that it's mainly about the color of my skin. I listen attentively to each of his words, recording them in my head. I'm not a fan of marketing, so this type of method seems particularly fake to me. After all, Who am I to judge the latter? If the quality of the product is proven and the person is invested, then I really have no reason to criticize this method, even if I do not approve this use in order to sell more. Even in the vocabulary used, Dominic speaks of 70s and 90s, using the Belgian word for it. He is on the verge of convincing me that he's real, pure and die-hard Belgian.
Does it bother you to work more than the legislation authorizes?
He asks us.
No
problem, I reply in unison with Lucy.
From 10 am to 10 pm on weekdays and until 11 pm on weekends. I will also ask you to open a bank account. It will be easier to pay you the money. The hourly wage is 140 NTD.
A salary that may seem low, but which is required for all jobs such as waiters, salespeople, kitchen assistant, maintenance worker, and so on. The latter becomes totally insignificant when compared to that of English speakers, like my roommate Mike and his girlfriend, who are so lucky enough to teach in school at a rate of 600 NTD per hour, which is on average 17 euros. Shortly after, we leave each other. The meeting is set for the next day at 4 PM to train us to use the machine. Fryer, waffle machine, beer pump, and so on. Happy with this news, I feel like I'm growing wings and suggest a second date to Fiona. She didn't need to be praised and joined me quickly in the tea room. We talked for a few hours before ending up hugging each other. The exchange of saliva is underway, which already guarantees me to a third date with her. She continues to correct my Chinese and tell me about Taiwan. And I don't know, I'm starting to find this beginning of a relationship very pleasant. The next day, I get up quite early to head to the bank. Surprise! When you don't have a fixed residence or work, you are unable to open a bank account. Fortunately, I have recently been in a shared apartment. Otherwise, it would not have been possible for me to open one. I collect my bank card with the motif of a Japanese manga Astro Boy and head to Taipei 101 to begin my training. Note that mangas here have a strong influence in Taiwanese culture. I can't count the number of cute little animals, food and anthropomorphic objects across my path. Advertisements that seem only intended for children but which are loved by the population. Which explain why many Taiwanese men and women have this childish side that is so pronounced and express themselves with incessant kawaii, which means cute. I finally arrive there and I see that Dominic is too busy chatting with the owners of the neighboring booths. Lucy, Pierre and I are placed directly behind the machine without any real training. Not very professional, I thought. Little did I know that I was not at the end of my troubles.